What's up, YouTube? So before we get started on First Take, they're going to be going over one of the biggest trades of the offseason, and that will be Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. So let's see what they have to say about this.
Gettleman is proving to be a terrible GM, and this was an idiotic move. How's that? Can I be more clear than that? The Giants, Gettleman, just chose to spend millions of dollars to see whether Baker Mayfield can win a Super Bowl in his second year. That's what this is. Let me get this straight.
Before Max gets into it, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It just does not make any type of sense on why New York Giants would get rid of Odell Beckham Jr. Unless there has to be something that we do not know happened behind closed doors, and it has to have been something drastic. Because you don't get rid of a player like Odell Beckham Jr. no matter what. You make him happy, which is the same thing that happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want to get along with Antonio Brown, you make it work. You make it work, but you can't get rid of a player like that. He's a game changer. You can't get rid of a player like that. Let's keep going.
Sign Odell to make him the highest paid receiver in the league. Give him all the guaranteed money. You say you're not going to move him. And then you trade him for a mid-first and a third and Jabril Peppers, who, by the way, is going to replace Landon Collins, who, by the way, you didn't even franchise. And given the contract he just got, he was in very high demand. You could have gotten something good for Collins, but instead you just let him walk. So now you got to replace.
Again, it just doesn't make sense. I know I've said this in other videos, but if you're going to trade for Odell Beckham Jr., you better get at least 2 or 3 first rounders, a couple, probably your top 5 players on your team. I mean, I want an immaculate package to trade Odell Beckham Jr., a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL right now, arguably one of the best in the league. So it goes Antonio Brown, probably Julio Jones, and then Odell Beckham Jr. But a lot of people have to flip those around. But that's my order. And two of those 3 just got traded. It just doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. There has to be something behind closed doors that we don't know happened that was something drastic. So drastic that you would get rid of a top 3 wide receiver? And you just got Saquon Barkley? He's going to jump in on his second year? What better setup is that? If anything, you might want to look at getting rid of Eli, because Eli's getting a little bit older, even though he brought you 2 Super Bowls and he's a Tom Brady killer. But let's keep going.
Replace him with a fine player, but
Peppers can ball.
Odell Beckham Jr. is a generational talent. In his prime, locked up long term. Belichick wanted to trade for him reportedly, right? Wonder why that is. Does Belichick love paying receivers? Let me get this straight. You have a problem at quarterback and offensive line. And so you trade your receiver, who's, by the way, making your ancient quarterback look like an NFL player. Because when you take Odell off the Giants, Eli's not even an NFL caliber player, certainly not a starter. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, the wins, the losses, the QBR, everything. With Odell off the field, Eli is a joke. It's a laughingstock, the Giants. So they move Odell. And now think about this. This is where I almost have like a conniption. Remember when the Giants said they're going to keep trying to win? It's the culture of the Giants to keep trying to win. Remember that it took Dak Prescott's miracle throw to beat the Giants last day of the season, or else the Giants had 6 wins instead of only 5. Maybe had the Giants not been trying to win, see what you have behind Eli. Give them some starts. See what you have on the bench. Move things around. Make some trades. Maybe had they done that, which was clearly a rebuilding year after a certain point, but they insisted they were going to go for it. Maybe had you done that, you wouldn't have to trade your generational, locked up long-term in his prime talent in order to get a draft pick that is pretty clearly going to have to be used to package with a pick you now have to move up in the draft to draft the quarterback you want, who wants to play for your team, who would have been available to you just for the draft pick had you stopped trying to win games at a certain point.
And not only that, but they're not going to get their worth for Odell Beckham. You're not going to get a player as good, if not better, which would be hard to find in a draft. You're not going to get that. Like I said, Odell Beckham Jr. and Saquon Barkley, they complemented each other very well. Very, very well. And like I said, the only problem might have been there is Eli Manning. And Eli Manning, he's a good veteran, I say good because he's got 2 Super Bowls against arguably the GOAT. He beat the GOAT twice. So you have an experienced quarterback there that can chuck the rock out. So I don't understand. Again, I get back to there has to be some serious drama behind closed doors that we don't know about. Some serious drama. And Cleveland's going crazy right now because Cleveland might have the start of a dynasty. A dynasty with a type of player since Jim Brown was there. So let's keep going.
Am I missing something? And if they don't want Haskins, then they have no succession plan at quarterback for Eli Manning, who's going to be a mess this year without Odell. This is a team, even, by the way, when Gettleman, Stephen A. says he's anti-analytics, you know what that means? I'm anti-thinking. You might as well hang a sign over you that says sucker, open for business. I'm anti-thinking with my brain. I'm pro-feeling with my big toe. That's what anti-analytics means today. And a big sucker sign is hung around his neck, and the other GMs look and go, oh, let's go see if we can get Odell for a first and a third. And it worked.
Exactly, Max. Third play. I can't believe this guy bit. I can't believe they bit. We just got Odell Beckham Jr. Can you believe they bid on it? And guess what, guys? What was our record 2-3 years ago? We were 0-16. We were 0-16 and only getting better. And we just signed a top 3 wide receiver in the league right now. And we got Baker Mayfield. And hold on. They have Kareem Hunt. Now they have Kareem Hunt. Are they running for the trifecta? Let's keep going.
The floor is yours.
My condolences to you. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
The New York Giants, you can look at it that way, Max, but based on their present circumstances, I don't blame them for doing what they did one bit. I don't like it because I do think that Odell Beckham Jr. is a transcendent talent, but I don't blame them. And here's why I don't blame them. You got a coach in Pat Shermer who shouldn't be the head coach. You got a GM in Dave Gettleman who shouldn't be the GM. You got a quarterback in Eli Manning who shouldn't be the quarterback. All of this is obvious. Right now, if they were to let Eli Manning go today, they would save about $17 million in cap space. But you're still going to keep him because you're caught up in the emotional connection between Eli Manning with ownership. You got a GM, the Giants way of old. So let's make sure that we essentially just revitalize that. And Pat Shermer, who got the head coaching job when the only other head coaching job he's had in his career, he finished like 13 or 14 games under 500. These are the New York Giants. You cannot leave Odell Beckham Jr. in that situation, particularly when you've got a guy like Saquon Barkley, who Pat Shermer was on the record saying last year, this is a guy we should follow. This is a guy that's not only an elite athlete and an elite performer, but he's a culture changer because we don't like the culture with Odell Beckham Jr. We had a debate on this show as to whether or not Shermer was throwing Odell Beckham Jr. under the bus when he was raving about Saquon Barkley the way that he was last season. So when you look at it from that perspective and you think about the impact that you believe Odell Beckham Jr. could potentially have on prohibiting the elevation of a Saquon Barkley in terms of being the leader of the franchise, clearly this is why they felt the need to do it.
Heck no. Heck no. There is no way you get rid of Odell Beckham Jr. to set the example so that Saquon Barkley, a rookie, could come in and be a leader. Those shouldn't really have anything to do with each other. If, like I said, Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, they should complement each other. Whatever happens off the field, fine. But as long as they're both balling on the field, who cares about whatever else is happening? You don't touch those two guys. Especially you don't touch Odell. He's a proven receiver. You don't touch him. You build around him. It doesn't make sense. You're putting all your eggs in a basket for Saquon Barkley. And like I said, he had a good rookie campaign, but you never know. He could have a second-year slump. You don't know what could happen. Odell Beckham is a proven receiver. He's a proven commodity. You don't get rid of him. I don't give a damn what's going on with the head coach, with Eli, or whatever. You do damage control. Take care of everything else, but you don't take care of you don't get rid of your best piece. You don't do that. That's just bad business. Let's keep going.
I don't like it one bit because I think that Odell Beckham Jr. is an elite player, but let's also take this into consideration. You got a first round pick 17th overall. You got a third-round pick. I thought they should have got a little bit more, maybe another second-round pick as opposed to a third-round pick. Jabril Peppers, latter half of the season, did look good in Cleveland. We can't deny that.
Yeah, let me add one thing.
No. I'm sorry, Stephen. No. What type of package is that? Oh, you only got one first rounder? Oh, heck no. I want 2 or 3 first-round picks. I want Bill Peppers. I want 2 or 3 of your other best guys. Are you kidding me? I want the house if I'm going to get rid of a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL right now, and he's young. Are you kidding me? I want the house. I want the moon. I want the sun. I want Pluto, Mars, Jupiter. I want everything for Odell Beckham Jr. Are you kidding me? The game changer. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Struggled at free safety his first year. They moved him to strong safety.
Like Landon Collins.
He had a breakout year.
Right.
Can I throw out my scenario for you really quick? Because I have a scenario for you to calm down. If the chips fell exactly where we want them to, right? So Jabril Peppers continues on his breakout year and turns out to be an upgrade for Landon Collins.
At strong safety, an upgrade from Collins is a really good strong safety.
Yes, let's just pretend.
Collins got like an $80 million contract. I wonder why that is.
Let's just pretend, all right? All right.
That's a good point.
They get Haskins. Okay, so now we have a quarterback. And they get DK Metcalf. I texted you this guy last night. He is a beast. He's Julio Jones. Have you seen him from Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Molly, this is right around the time that you need to shut up.
So I know exactly who Metcalf is. I know the 40 he ran.
Yes, imagine that's our team. How do you feel?
Molly, they picked up the pick because they think they're going to have to move up in the first round in order to get Haskins. They only have to do that because they insisted on they beat the Bears. You know, they beat that at a certain point by a field goal. So they have 5 wins instead of 4. They put themselves in this position willfully, obstinately, right? They did this intentionally. Look, when you say, Stephen A., when you say that Odell, they want a culture change and everything, where does the culture start? Ownership, front office, coach.